fans cried over this heartbreaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, today's story is one that will tug deeply at your heartstrings. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, two people who, for decades, have opened their lives to us with laughter, light, and love, are now facing one of the most painful challenges any family can endure. What they have recently shared with the world is not only heartbreaking, but also a reminder of the fragility of life, the power of family, and the way grief touches us all. But before we unravel the full truth of this tragic family loss, let me ask you this. Have you ever experienced a moment so painful, so unexpected, that it forever changed the way you looked at life? Hold on to that thought, because by the end of this story, you may see Kelly and Mark's journey as not just heartbreaking, but profoundly inspiring. We begin with the story of a love that has captivated millions. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have long been known as Hollywood's golden couple. Since meeting in the 1990s, their journey has been filled with success, family, and laughter. They weren't just co-stars in front of the camera. They were partners in every sense, raising children together, building careers, and showing fans what true devotion looks like in a world where celebrity marriages often crumble. But here's the surprising truth. Behind that polished image, like all of us, they too have faced silent struggles. And this latest tragedy would test not only their resilience, but also the very bonds that held their family together. It happened suddenly, like a lightning bolt from a clear sky. Kelly and Mark revealed news that no parent, no child, no family member ever wishes to confront. A loss within their family circle, one that left them, and their fans, stunned. The world saw Kelly's smile on television nearly every day, but behind that smile was a weight she carried silently until she could no longer hide it. And when she finally opened up, fans who had followed her for years broke down in tears, realizing that even America's mourning sweetheart was not immune to life's harshest heartbreaks. When Kelly and Mark spoke publicly about their loss, the words were drenched in emotion, their voices cracked, their eyes welled with tears. And for many watching, it wasn't just about celebrity news, it was about humanity. They weren't polished TV hosts in that moment. They were grieving parents, grieving siblings, grieving children, human beings reminding us all of the universality of loss. And for those who have walked through the valley of grief themselves, their pain felt achingly familiar. What came next was extraordinary. The moment the news broke, an outpouring of love swept across social media. Fans shared their own stories of heartbreak, offering prayers, letters, and messages of comfort. It was as if an invisible thread connected people everywhere, because grief, though deeply personal, is also deeply unifying. Kelly later admitted she had read many of those messages during sleepless nights, drawing strength from the kindness of strangers. And here's the surprising twist. What started as a family's private tragedy became a source of public healing for thousands. Let us not forget Lola, Michael, and Joaquin, their 3 children. While their parents faced the cameras, these young adults faced their grief privately. Yet those close to the family spoke of their remarkable maturity. They were strong for their parents when their parents felt weak. It's often said that children look up to their parents, but in times of tragedy, roles can reverse. And that reversal, though born from sorrow, can become the most powerful expression of love. In interviews, Kelly and Mark began reminiscing about cherished family moments, holidays spent together, birthdays filled with laughter, and quiet nights at home when the cameras were off and it was just family. It was these memories, they said, that helped them endure the present. For all of us listening, it served as a gentle reminder. Treasure the moments you have today, because you never know when they'll become the memories you cling to tomorrow. Grief doesn't leave you the same. Kelly herself admitted she's no longer the person she was before the loss. She carries a heavier heart, but also a deeper appreciation for every sunrise, every smile, every small joy. Mark, too, shared how the loss shifted his perspective, making him more patient, more present, more intentional. And for fans in their 60s watching from home, many nodded along because they too know that grief is not something you get over. It's something you learn to live with, one day at a time. Being public figures, Kelly and Mark faced a unique challenge: how much of their grief to share and how much to keep private. On one hand, fans demanded to know the truth. On the other, some moments of heartbreak are too sacred for cameras. This delicate balance sparked a bigger question. In a world where everything feels broadcast, what does it mean to grieve privately? Kelly's answer was powerful. Grief is not a performance, it's an experience, and it belongs to the heart, not the headlines. Through their pain, Kelly and Mark offered the world more than tears. They offered lessons on the resilience of love, on the importance of leaning on each other, on the healing power of community. And perhaps the greatest lesson of all was this: that even in the darkest valleys, love remains. Love for the one lost, love for those still here, love that does not vanish, but transforms. Though this loss has carved a permanent scar, Kelly and Mark's story does not end in despair. Slowly, step by step, they are finding ways to honor their loved one's memory while continuing forward. Kelly says she finds hope in the laughter of her children. Mark says he finds peace in holding his wife's hand every night. And for us, her fans, their journey is not just entertainment, it's inspiration. A reminder that though grief is inevitable, healing is possible. And while loss may change the story, it does not erase the love that was written on every page. My friends, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have shown us that even the brightest stars in Hollywood walk through the same valleys we do. Their pain is our pain. Their tears mirror our own. But so too does their resilience, their devotion, their hope. So tonight, as you reflect on their journey, I leave you with this: if you have someone you love, tell them. If you have memories you treasure, hold them. And if you are grieving, remember, you are not alone. Kelly and Mark's story is not just about loss, it's about love. And love, in the end, is what endures forever. If you've been moved by this story, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss future updates on Mark Consuelos and other important stories. And in the comments below, share your messages of love and encouragement for Mark and Kelly.